Hi Sam, hey Albert, hey Vala, hi everybody in Kosovo. I'm Dylan Gautier, coming to you now, recorded, but only earlier in the day, here in New York. I think it's about 9 in the morning on Friday, and I wanted to present to you today my YouTube school essay, which I'm calling Parallels in Speed and Tutorial Culture. YouTube and the War Machine in Contemporary American Society. Kind of a big title. So a YouTube essay for Station Pristina and Red 76 by Dylan Gautier. So I started off knowing that I wanted to look at tutorial culture on the internet, otherwise known as the how-to video. Particularly, I wanted to look at videos that I thought related in some way to or reflected what you might call gun culture here in America, but which I believe is, at least in its present incarnation, a reflection of the increasing militarization of American domestic life. Defense, as it is called, is our largest industry, and one of the few, along with movies, certain forms of cultural production, that we refuse to outsource. The former for security reasons, in theory, and the latter based on the need to secure our particular aesthetic. So this is a quote from, of all places, CNN. The Defense Department's $680 billion budget pays for over 3.1 million employees, both military and civilian. Another 3 million people are employed by the defense industry, both directly, making things like weapons, and indirectly, such as working in local businesses supported by a contractor's location in the town, according to various sources. This is a quote. This is probably a conservative estimate, not only because this is on CNN, but I think if we were to try to sum up the more subtle types of jobs that we would see as being a part of this culture of conflict, we could easily add, I don't know, another 3 million. Today, weapons and weapon systems manufacturing eclipses all other forms of domestic technological production. We should remember that DARPA, which envisioned the original internet, is today at work both online and offline, and that Facebook itself was founded on seed money channeled from intelligence agencies into national information defense initiatives. This militarization bleeds into cultural production as well, as cultural production must reinforce the defense project, which is in turn best promoted by continually reinforcing and reinventing a culture of fear, alienation, and also moralizing violence. That American culture bears a facile relationship to guns and a spectacularization of violence is an understatement, and one in which I need not waste any time reinforcing with examples. Look anywhere, watch anything that has been produced here the past 10 years. It is the air and water of mainstream culture, and this idea that guns are not only our most effective means in defending ourselves, personally and collectively, from all threats, be they aliens, monsters, or our neighbors, but the idea is that they are also a lot of fun. Maybe this is based on false nostalgia, fantasies of nation-building and revolutionary-era fervor, or in the worst case, based on xenophobia. But in any case, it doesn't seem to have much to do with any understanding of the real effects of gun violence, even as our cities here in America, our cities and homes are plagued by the speed at which these objects destroy lives and reshape entire communities. The facility at which children play with toy guns is translated into adults playing with real guns. This is echoed by those who work in laboratories creating weapons of the future, innocent-seeming robots, high-powered lasers, smart missiles, or deep penetration bombs. So I've grouped the videos that I selected together based on the belief that their somewhat disparate content, all of which draw on a tutorial or expository mode, are linked in more ways than we might first acknowledge. The video selected bridge an uncanny valley, to use Masahiro Mori's term, which refers to that space when a robot or computer animation becomes so lifelike that it inspires a feeling of revulsion in the viewer. In these videos, it no longer matters what is real and what is staged. The disregard of reality is used not just by kids learning video editing techniques in paying homage to the subcultures they love, but also in the research laboratories of major science academies and private defense contractors whose proofs of concept also stretch the limits of the credible. Each of these videos has been selected as a touchstone, and each could lead to a half dozen or more similar examples. Finally, I would posit that the videos selected also point to a sort of training ground for future or current conflicts, in which, to quote Virilio, the transparency of the clearing means maintenance of the invader's specific right over a territory in which he claims to settle, of his power to penetrate. For the democratic state, mastery over the earth is already the mastery over its dimensions. So we can think of these videos as not just echoing this somewhat bizarre fascination with armed conflict, guns and gunplay in American culture, seeing as we are far removed from the actual war front that we are involved in the world, but also is staking out territory over which future conflicts will be fought. So, hope you enjoy the videos. The running time is about 45 minutes, I believe. So, feel free to mill around and, have pizza, have a drink, whatever you're doing over there. Sam, Albert, Vala, I look forward to talking to you guys through Skype over the weekend. And everyone else, thanks for tuning in.